A man from Denmark had recently completed an amazing journey, traveling to all 195 countries in the world. And not only did Thor Pedersen travel to all 195 countries, he did so without taking a single flight. Yes, you heard that right. Mr. Pedersen traveled to 195 countries without ever boarding a plane. The journey took over 8 years in total, with Mr. Pedersen traveling 400,000 kilometers via cars, trains, taxis, boats, container ships, and of course, his own 2 feet. Well, joining us now is Mr. Thor Pedersen himself. Sir, welcome to Forum Daily.
Well, thank you very much for that kind welcome.
So, quite the fantastic journey you've had. Let's start with what inspired you to literally see every country in the world and also without taking any flights.
Well, it was exactly that. Back in early 2013, I found out that about 200 people had been to every country in the world, and so far, no one had done it completely without flying. So I set out to make world history, or at least try.
Definitely a historic moment. Now, how did using these means to travel, including container ships, boats, taxis, how did that impact your entire experience overall? Do you think it benefited your experience in any way?
Yeah, I got to see a lot of things I otherwise would never have seen. And traveling over land and over the ocean, you get to see exactly where countries they meet. So often we'll just fly over vast distances and suddenly show up somewhere. But I got to see deserts turn into forests and flatlands turn into mountains and so on and so forth.
Sounds quite beautiful. Now, traveling to 195 countries in the world could have included some countries that are not safe to travel to. So, did you have any close encounters in terms of your personal safety?
Yeah, I did. I've been at gunpoint a few times. Three of the vessels I traveled on board are confirmed to be at the bottom of the sea. I had cerebral malaria throughout all of this, so that could have ended my life within a couple of days without treatment. It has not been completely without peril, but overall, it has been good and fine.
So, you would say all of that was worth it, worth this adventure.
I would say I wouldn't do it again, but I'm happy that I made it back home.
All right. Well, as a journalist, I have to know, what was it like to travel to some of these very heavily restricted countries like North Korea?
It was eye-opening. I mean, most people have heard about North Korea. Most people have not been to North Korea. Most people have something to say about North Korea, and I've never experienced anyone say anything nice about North Korea. And I think we tend to forget it's a country. They have beaches. They have people, families, people they fall in love. They're not forced by gunpoint to fall in love and start families. But it is a different framework for the people that live within that country, certainly. But it's good to go and see it with your own eyes.
And throughout your 8 year adventure, I'm sure you were also impacted by the pandemic, just like everyone else. So, how did the pandemic impact your overall adventure?
Oh, it almost broke the back of the camel. I was down to my last 9 countries, and I was supposed to do 4 days of transit in Hong Kong on my way to Palau. What happened instead was I ended up staying 2 years in Hong Kong because of the pandemic. And then a year after that, I was still dealing with a lot of trouble and difficulties due to the pandemic in terms of getting on board ships and getting inside countries.
Sounds like quite the layover. Now, were there some themes that you saw that maybe transcended the globe? Did anything surprise you about what makes all humans alike, regardless of their nationality in any way?
Well, I'd say that it's the very thing that makes us alike. We are all humans. We all are all born usually with 2 arms and 1 head, and so on and so forth. People they really care about music. People they love sports of all sorts of sizes. People they care for their families. They go to work. They go to school. They do not like getting stuck in traffic. They don't care too much for rain. People are just people all around the world.
People are just people. All right, Mr. Pedersen, just about a minute left here, but what's next for the man who's seen the whole world?
Well, I need to settle back into Denmark. I have my lovely wife, and we are happy to be back together. I am working on building myself up as a public speaker, and I'm working on a book which will come out next year. And we've been working on a documentary for the past 4 years, which will be ready in 2024.
Well, looking forward to all of that. Mr. Pedersen, thank you again for your time today.
Thank you so much.